The Boston Red Sox did not pitch well in the shortened 2020 season, let alone play well. Their 5.58 team ERA was second to last in the American League, only ahead of the Detroit Tigers, but recent moves made by the team have fans feeling a little bit more optimistic about the team's performance in 2021, specifically the re-signing of Martin Perez, the acquisition of Garrett Richards, and the acquisition of Adam Ottavino. But what if I told you that one of the key pieces to their pitching improving is a player that's already on their team? If a lot of things go right for the Red Sox, they could be a 7th or 8th seed in the expanded playoffs, and I think the key piece to their rotation is a rookie that they already have. Before I go any further, thank you again to all the new subscribers. We're getting really close to hitting 5,000. As always, if you're watching all the new content, I'd really appreciate if you hit the red button below. It's going to help me reach more fans and ultimately make the videos a lot better. So, if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. And to all who have done so already, thank you so much. On with the video now. This is Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck? Tanner Houck? Tanner Houck? Tanner Houck. We'll go with that. He got some starts for the Red Sox last year while they were, tanking, if we're being honest, and he turned a lot of heads in his few starts in the major leagues last year. But to fully understand why he was effective in his first go in the major leagues, we probably have to start at the very beginning of his pitching career. Houck was first drafted out of high school in the 12th round of the 2014 draft by the Blue Jays, but opted to attend the University of Missouri and pitched 3 seasons there for their college team. In his 3 years there, Houck maintained a 3.26 ERA over 300 innings pitched with an 8.6 K per 9 rate. Down the road, he was taken in the first round of the 2017 draft with the 24th pick by the Boston Red Sox, and he's currently ranked as their number 10 prospect in their organization. Houck pitched to sub-4 ERAs in Single-A and Double-A, and while these are effective results, it was nothing truly eye-opening. Houck had loads of potential, but was still viewed as a sort of work in progress. That is, until the 2020 season, where pitching became a necessity for the Red Sox due to injuries and lack of good performance. After posting a 3.24 ERA at Triple-A in Pawtucket, he got the call in September of 2020 to pitch for the Boston Red Sox and flourished. In 3 starts, all against playoff teams, he pitched 17 innings, only allowing 1 earned run, striking out 21 batters. And before you say it, yeah, I know, we have a very short sample size, but it does tell us a lot. Houck's stuff is nasty, being that he only allowed 6 hits in 17 full innings. However, he needs to maintain more of his control, being that he walked 9 batters in that span as well. This put his whip at 0.88. Whether or not this is sustainable remains to be seen, but let's go into his pitch arsenal to analyze how he had the success. Houck's knockout pitch has always been his slider, which registered a -3 run value, best among his pitches. It had 6.5 inches of horizontal movement versus the league average, good for 19th, and in the same company as guys like Max Fried and Walker Buehler, who were 6.6 and 6.8 respectively. His sinker also had a really good year, registering 8.6 inches of vertical movement versus the league average, seating him at 3rd in MLB, only behind Jared Hughes and Cesar Valdez. That pitch also had a -2 run value. So Houck has 2 knockout pitches and also the velocity of a young hurler, averaging 92.8 miles per hour on his 4-seamer, but he isn't effective in the ability to overpower, but rather the finesse of his specialty pitches. He ranks near the bottom of the league in 4-seam fastball spin. Despite this, his fastball still registered a -2 run value and a .222 batting average against, but the expected batting average was nearly 50 points higher. So the only hits Houck allowed in 2020 were off of his fastball. What's also important to note is that he's also developing a split finger fastball. He only used the splitter 8 times last year and it was never hit. It was developed in 2020, the same year he debuted, and if he learns to have more confidence in this pitch, he'll become even more deadly on the mound. Whether or not this means he stops using his 4-seamer or is able to use it less remains to be seen, but adding this additional pitch adds another element to Houck's effectiveness. With all of this being said, I have reason to believe that Houck will further break out in 2021 once he gets full, regular Major League reps. Red Sox fans should be pretty excited for what's in store for him next season, as well as the rest of their rotation. If they're able to get Sale and Eduardo Rodriguez back, as well as the addition of Martin Perez and Garrett Richards, not to mention Nathan Eovaldi, they might be able to go from one of the worst rotations in baseball to one of the best in just one offseason. The post-2018 World Series Red Sox are still having trouble forming their identity, but I can appreciate the Red Sox front office for simply not throwing in the towel. Chaim Bloom has done his best to add some pieces to the team that can make them competitive in a very tough division, and if the season doesn't go according to plan, there are plenty of trade candidates on the team that will set them up better for the future. But I do think that their rotation will improve significantly in 2020 if their guys can stay healthy and if they can play up to their potential. If Garrett Richards can get a full season in, if Eduardo Rodriguez and Chris Sale can return from injury without problem, if Martin Perez can build off a consistent 2020. Are they on the level of a Yankees or a Blue Jays? Probably not, and I think most Boston fans are honest with themselves in this regard. However, this is a far cry from the 2020 roster. Boston fans know that the offense isn't really a thing they have to worry about, so if the pitching can pull itself together, then don't be surprised if the Red Sox sneak into the playoffs as a wildcard team. It really wouldn't shock me that much. This will hinge on some of their younger guys, including Tanner Houck. If guys like him and Brian Mata can come through for the team in 2021 when no one's really expecting them to, then the Red Sox have a chance for a deeper run. I'm the Jolly Olive, and I'll see you guys next time.